So, as you know, this is about really helping you work out what your next best thing is when it comes to the trainings. So, like I've mentioned in other sessions, we want to look at what is it that you're having a breakthrough in around mindset specifically. Is it mindset and health? Is it mindset and relationships? Is it mindset and wealth? Now, the wealth area is where we kind of look more at the money side and your relationship to money. We want to balance those polarities of giving and receiving. And I find when there is a blockage around either receiving or giving, it just stops that flow that starts to happen. And I often kind of relate it to as a metaphor, like, imagine, a plug that we plug into, a PowerPoint. You've got a positive charge, you've got a negative charge, you've got a grounding charge as well. And what can happen is that if you take away one of those charges, there isn't a flow. And that's what can happen when it comes to money. Money is such a taboo topic that if we have a lot of negative or limiting beliefs or negative emotions associated to money, like guilt or shame or beliefs that, money is the root of all evil, it will literally stop the flow and in some cases even repel it, depending on what the polarity is. And so if you've got money blocks, the best training out there is the Wealth Accelerator. Do you guys realize when I did the Wealth Accelerator Mastermind, and I had about, I think, 10 people in that mastermind, we caught up in person and we set up kind of like little groups and all of those types of things. Actually, no, we didn't even do groups. We didn't even do like buddy systems or anything like that. Do you realize in 6 weeks that group amassed over $500,000? Can you believe? From zero over 6 weeks. So it's really like such a powerful training. And I'm even thinking maybe I should set up some mastermind groups around the Wealth Accelerator and take people through that. The idea of the Wealth Accelerator is kind of a couple of things. Number one, we want to kind of shift the internal world. So you'll notice that we do kind of blueprinting in that program. We look at where, energetically money could be leaking. And then we just really shift those limiting patterns. We start to think bigger. We start to look at surrounding influences. So we're shifting on the internal as well as the external. So if there's money blocks, that is the best training. If there's blocks around health, one of the challenges when it comes to health, and if we look at the 3 components of health that are in the Health Accelerator, which is the emotional health, nutritional health, and obviously your physical health, we want to balance that triangle. And I find that when we balance that triangle, health becomes a lot easier. We have a presupposition in the Health Accelerator training is that we want to develop really powerful patterns when it comes to decisions. See, when it comes to health, most people are kind of focused on more of, building muscle, pushing yourself, all of those things. But with the Health Mindset and Health Accelerator, what we look at is let's build the decision muscle. Like it's really simple. There's probably 2 habits around health that if you get them sorted, you're probably going to live a lot longer and have more energy. And that is the decision when it comes to what you're eating and the decision to move. If we can associate massive pleasure to those 2 decisions and set the game up for life, not just a short little sprint. Like you look at the people that really get results around health, they love moving and they love eating really amazing foods that really ignite energy inside of them. So much so that we launched Ultimate Life Recharge to really give people that kind of turning point to kind of reset, fast, build their energy. And then we started to, suggest to people, look, alkaline is a really good way, or combining your food with an alkaline approach will really heal the body, increase your energy, give you clarity, all of those things. Now, that's kind of evolved into like a pre-made meal program that is just growing exponentially. And we're just using that food combining system. 1/3 acid on your plate, 2/3 alkaline. The results with our clients after 2 weeks on this program is unbelievable. The level of energy, the level of clarity, all of those things. So I'm really feeling now, I'm excited about this, is that we now have a solution for people where we can literally go, we will take care of your food. In fact, we'll put it in front of you. All you have to do is eat it. We'll do the hard work. We'll source all the ingredients. We'll combine the food effectively. We'll portion it. And all that you have to do is literally eat it. And what we're finding is combined with the emotional work, with the health accelerator and doing the emotional side, the movements that we talk about, it is like the ultimate program. Does everyone get that? Add a fast in there, it resets the body. Suddenly you're tasting food in a way that is completely different because all the chemicals are out of the body. When it comes to the relationship accelerator, there are three things that we look at when it comes to relationships. We look at your relationship with yourself. That's number one. We then look at relationships with other people and how to accelerate your ability to attract other people into your life. And then we look at, if it's, you want to attract a partner, we look at it like an acceleration program, a 90-day acceleration program to really attract, that soulmate. But the real key to all of this is the relationship with yourself. Like, you want to attract your soulmate, it's time to kind of become mates with your soul. And when you can do that, it starts to change everything. So really, when we look at personal breakthrough, which is what I'm talking about, we want to look at that area that you're avoiding. We want to commit to it, do the appropriate accelerator. So if you're avoiding money, do wealth accelerator. If you're avoiding health, do health accelerator. If you're avoiding relationships, relationships accelerator. If it's business that you're really wanting to do, that's when we get into troublemakers. And so we've got some really amazing programs with the troublemakers now. We have individual trainings that we're starting to launch that you can purchase for like $100 just to see if you like it. And then we have our 3K Accelerator program. The 3K Accelerator program is about, how do we do your first 3K? Then how do we do it every week, which is a 100K jump? And then how do we do it every single day, which is kind of the $1 million jump? Now, everyone's liking that because it is like a gateway program into the elite troublemakers business breakout. So I was sitting back the other day and looking at all of the things that we're doing: Ultimate Life Free Charge, Personal Breakthrough, Training Experts in Rapid Change, our pre-made meals, troublemakers, and the results that our troublemakers are getting. Do you realize 80% of that group are not just doing 100K weeks, they're doing million plus 8-week cycles at the moment. And so stepping back from all of this, it gives me so much joy to be able to go, you know what? I can literally, with my company now, take someone that is really stuck in that wounded self and really transition them, help them transition to best version of self, and then transition to mission. And we can literally do everything. We can support you on your food. We can shift your limiting patterns in health, wealth, or relationships. We can reset you and build your energy. We can help you release major negative emotions like anger, sadness, fear, hurt, guilt. And we can then help you build a little side hustle and then ultimately transition to a life of total freedom, which is where, you can, if you become an expert or run events or run your own retreats, it's literally the best life. And, with my brain tumor and all of those things, I've really redesigned a structure that I think is so powerful. Like, if you look at the Troublemakers mastermind structure that I use, it is just really incredible. And so there's always a silver lining to the challenges that you go through. Like, I needed a model that would give me free time so that I could be with my family and I could really heal myself and not have to run events and do all of that type of stuff. And I feel I really cracked it, especially with the customer to clients model and all of those things. So yeah, I was kind of sitting back and going, we are a company that can really do that. We can really hold people's hand for life and really help them transition through those 3 phases of transformation, which is wounded self, best version of self, to mission, and really kind of connect to that bigger picture of your future events group, which is to create a healthy and positive world, one person at a time. And we can really do that now. So I'm really excited about that. So anyway, guys, I want you to think, what do you need to focus on right now? What is your next big thing? The best results by far, if you want to supercharge it, is this. You do one of these accelerators, education based on results, or multiple accelerators. You attend these sessions, okay, mastermind group sessions, and you have one-on-one mentoring. If your budget can afford it with me, that will really supercharge your results and get it moving very, very quickly. Outside of that is building a high performance network. So you getting out there and finding people that are at the next level and building friendships with people that are playing games that you really want to play. So if you get all of those four things in place, the growth is rapid. But if you just do one of them or two of them, the growth is still amazing, but it won't be that rapid change that we're looking for. So if you think of the 5 steps to rapid change, pillar number 1 is commitment. Pillar number 2 is release. Pillar number 4 is focusing on what you want. Sorry, that was pillar number 3. Pillar number 4 is surrounding influences. And the final pillar is action. Everything is based on that. Like you look at platinum is based on the 5 steps to rapid change. If you look at a coaching session that I do with my clients, that is typically an agenda. Commitment, we check on the action that we did in the previous section. Release, if we need to, we release limiting patterns. We then focus on our breakout goal or a 6-month I Am Smart goal. We look at relationships and how we can improve current relationships or attract relationships, and then we set action at the end of the session. So the 5 steps of rapid change is like an agenda of the session. But if you look at macro level, platinum, live it now is all about commitment. Release is excellence now, and breakthrough bootcamp. Focus is coach now. Influence now is influencers, because when you stand on stage and you become an authority, you attract different tribes. Entrepreneur now is action, because what entrepreneurs need to do is take massive action. 8 out of 10 things don't work. We need to do those 8 to get to the 2 that do. So you can see the 5 steps of rapid change, release work is only the second step. So it's only 20%. It's only 20% of the game. So we want to put you in a structure of rapid change, but also we want to be doing the 5 steps to rapid change. Anyway, guys, I'm going to have to run. That is our session. My big thing for you today is please get onto the personal breakthrough side. All right, see you later, guys. See you next week.